Hey guys, it's Tuesday. You know what that means, my day. So we're going to do what everyone's favorite thing is that I do, which is my advice Q&As. So leave your questions. I'm going to answer them in a few hours, give you a little time. Just give me your most spicy advice question. Okay, there's two different ways you can go about this, but you can do both of them. Trying to change the way you think about things so that your actions change and then your life is different, or trying to change your actions so that you feel different and then your life is different. Let me explain. Actions. Ask yourself, how would a person who really valued themselves act? Would they let that person talk to them like that? Would they talk to themselves like that? Would they ask that person for this thing instead of keeping quiet? What would they do? And by taking those actions, it will change the way you see yourself and the way that your life is ultimately. But also at the same time, working on how you think about yourself. And I think you need to surround yourself with positive things. This is such a game changer for me, hanging up positive quotes all over your freaking house. Putting them everywhere so that you're just taking in positive things, whether you like it or not. Then you're forced. And then make sure what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're listening to, people around you, make sure it's all positive. Do your best to cut out the negative. Time blocking. Okay, when you have to study and do all these things, you're like, this could go on for hours. But instead, you time block. You set your timer for 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and you say, I'm going to do math for 30 minutes. Go. Way better than being like, I'm going to do math. Find something in common. One of the best openers is a compliment. You see something that you love. Oh my gosh, I love your shirt. Great opener. Or you're somewhere and there's some kind of common thing between you that relates to where you are. Okay, work your way up. Start with eye contact. Just like look at him. And then you can work up to a smile. Smile at him. And then maybe just be like, hey, how are you? You know, sometimes you say, how are you to someone? This is literally just a choice and a discipline. It's a thing that you're going to choose. It's not like, man, I got to that place where I never compared myself again. It's like, I choose not to. So if I start to think about comparing myself, I'm like, nope, not going there. It's like a rule that I have. Make a rule. I'm sorry. It's really stressful when your parents are doing things that they shouldn't be doing and it stresses you out. You can't. You're not in control of them and you're not in charge of them. I know that really hurts, but please don't take responsibility for something that is not your responsibility. I know how much it hurts, but please don't. Two things. Take care of yourself and make different choices. Number one, take care of yourself. Shower, exercise, eat well, do self-care, different things. Like take care of yourself. Number two, when you start to pick yourself apart, it's literally a choice. So I remember making the decision that I was going to choose to love my body, choose to love my personality. What if I wanted Lauren's personality? That is not going to happen. I am not quite mysterious. It's never going to happen. Learning about personalities really helped me with my own self-esteem because I realized like, oh my gosh, there's someone for everyone. There are people who really want to be with someone quiet, loud people. And there are people who really want loud people. And there's like mysterious people and silly and shy and serious. There's those baby types of the family who might feel like they're not so responsible, like who would like me? But like that uptight firstborn who thinks they're too uptight. Perfect match. And it just works out. So we don't need to be like one thing. There's someone for everyone. I know you weren't asking about like dating or like relationships or whatever, but my point is there need to be tons of different people. Tons. You're a specific kind of person. Figure out what it is and own it. I'm telling you, whatever it is, I know it's good. You make the best decisions you can and you realize that you can change your mind later on lots of things. I know you might say, no, I can't. I'm telling you, you can. I've seen lots of my friends do it. And that you learn by doing. So you're going to make choices later and then you're going to learn it was the wrong. I was saying you're going to learn that the choice you made was the wrong direction and then you're going to redirect. You're going to learn from that. We don't need to be so terrified of making mistakes, even though something can be big, expensive. You got to read different biographies and learn the mistakes people make. And the more you learn about different people's lives, who have had incredible lives, who have gone from nothing to crazy, crazy life, whatever, you'll just see how possible things are and how people can make anything work. I'm sorry, I don't know if she doesn't like you, but maybe she doesn't want to hang out, and that's okay because you don't want to hang out with everyone in the world. If you got the chance to talk to like everyone in the world, there would be so many people you would not want to hang out with. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. Just sometimes our personalities don't match up. Open your heart and your mind to trying to find some other friends and set a standard like, I want to find a friend who really wants to hang out with me and make that your goal. I know it might sound crazy, but there's so many people in the world. Okay, so for me, anxiety is like, and I have to go, stop. What am I really thinking? And normally the crazy like fear that I'm thinking has not been fully thought out because I can't think when I'm anxious until I consciously stop and go, wait a minute, let's think this through for 1 second. And when I stop and I breathe and I chill and I think it through, it is normally not what I was telling myself. So I really like stress myself out with something that's not real. It's a combination of like self-care things like take a bath, go on a walk, journal, put on my diffuser, do all these different things. And plus thinking through it, writing it out to think through it. And then I pray and have faith. You kind of have to see it like taking your daily vitamin, which is something you take when you're healthy to keep from getting sick, whatever. Think of that like doing self-care stuff before you're out of control. Okay, that's dumb because no friend should ever pressure you into something that you don't want to do. That is so wrong, especially something like drinking, which isn't necessarily ever a positive thing and can be a very dangerous and deadly thing. So why they would pressure you into that, that's beyond me. That's not a good friend. Like, you're not going to try to pressure them to do something they don't want to do. So they should not be pressuring you. They should be okay with you saying no. That's so wrong. Well, I haven't had any friends who tried to pressure me, just people who weren't my friends. But if someone was trying to pressure me, I would just say no. I don't know. I just think it's so dumb trying to make someone do something they don't want to do. It's so dumb. I think you really need to have self-respect at this point and just tell them, like, this is not something I want to do. You need to respect me for my own decision. This is my decision, and you're not making my decision for me, so stop. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I did not go through that, but a lot of my best friends did growing up, and I think it would be good to reach out to, like, a friend you know who's gone through this and ask them about it. Maybe ask your parents if you can go to therapy. All right, I'll just tell you what I did. Basically, every time before things got too serious at all. I mean, I'm talking like beginning of meeting a guy. I told every guy immediately. So he knew what to expect. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm waiting till marriage. I would work into the conversation. It was never weird. Like you're talking, getting to know each other, telling each other about each other, and you're saying like your general big things like, oh yeah, I'm really religious, I'm Catholic, like waiting till marriage. I would just do like that because if you're getting to know someone, like you should tell them these things. I don't get it when people have like really shallow dating experience. I knew because I had this strong sense of peace in my soul. It was just a very strong sense of peace, and peace is the only word I can think of, and I never had peace with any other guys. I might have like loved them, but not. I think you should ask Lauren for advice because I think she had a really hard time about opening up, and Lauren has become way more open, so I'm telling you, it is very possible. She was not open, and she has really opened up. But I think that you should ask Lauren for advice on how she did that. Okay, I'll just tell you how I got over my ex so fast. Basically, you go through all of these emotions and you like journal them out and get them all out. Anger, sadness, fear, regret, guilt, and then love and forgiveness. Once you forgive them, you move on. This is called the John Gray love letter technique if you Google that. And basically you say like, I'm so angry about blah, blah, blah. I'm so sad, blah, blah, blah. I'm scared of blah, blah, blah. I feel guilty about blah, blah, blah. I regret blah, blah, blah. But I have love for this person, whatever, and I forgive them.